Coach, hey, we're 3 days away, and you guys have been in pads and playing normal practice the last couple of days. How's it been?
Yeah, man, I appreciate you having me, and it's been a long time since we got to do this before a game, but it's football season finally, so there's the big positive, and we actually got to go full pads the last 2 days, and obviously day one wasn't as pretty as we would have liked. But we told our kids after practice yesterday, we said, hey, tomorrow morning we got to make sure we leave the field with a better taste in our mouth. And we did that this morning. We had a really good practice offensively and defensively, and gained a lot of confidence going towards Saturday.
Is that going to be the kind of goal this season, is that every day needs to be better for you guys?
Yeah, I mean, everybody, and it's not just us. You think about all the programs in the state, they're so far behind of what we would normally do. I had a one-on-one session with our quarterback last night, and we're teaching him stuff that he would have learned in the spring going into season or in June going into season, and he's never gotten reps at doing all this stuff as a team. Because of this, and every program's facing across state, and you got to be creative as coaches and how you're going to install stuff, what you can install, what you can and cannot do. And it's a challenge, that all those coaches around the state are going to take on just for our kids and do what's best for our kids.
And that's, I would imagine, trying to keep things as simple as possible is probably going to be the main goal for a lot of coaches. You guys want to do what you can do, but you don't want to throw too much at the guys too fast.
No, that's a huge thing. We went to a clinic. And after the football season, we go clinicking in the off season, and we had a staff meeting in February 2020 with a whole bunch of new things we wanted to install for the fall season, and we've got to do 0 of those things going forward. So it's a lot of the old school stuff that we've done, and we kind of throw some wrinkles in here and there of stuff we've got on that was easy to teach. But the whole thing's putting kids in a situation to be successful, and if we throw too much at them, they're going to falter because it's been so long. Even our seniors that have done this on the varsity for 3 years, they screwed up yesterday not knowing what to do, and they had to remind them, oh, that's what we do on that play, coach. All right, I got it.
Yeah. Is this season where you think, defenses will have a little bit of an advantage because the offenses may not be as intricate, or, is it simply going to come down to man on man and how they can perform, or what's your feeling?
It's going to be a variety, a lot of different things. Offenses, that have done what they've done for a long, long time are going to have a lot more success. Defenses haven't got to tackle or do anything in a team aspect and making sure they're gap sound and doing those things. So, it's kind of it's a mishmash of what's going to happen throughout this whole course, and then you got to throw in special teams.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody's really worked on special teams until we got into the season, and now we're trying to cram all the special team stuff in and cover it so we don't give up touchdowns on returns and stuff like that.
Yeah, definitely a big change. The kicking position has been so solid for the last 5 seasons, I think, for Alamogordo Tiger football. But thankfully for you guys, there's another money.
Yeah, there's another one that with the same name coming up, and he's a sophomore, and he's going to be okay. We're excited about him. He's a big kid, man. He's a big kid. He's a lot bigger than his older brother. So we're excited for him. He's grown up. He's grown a lot since we first saw him as a freshman, and strength-wise, maturity-wise, and being able to kick the ball and do things we want to do with him.
Yeah. So Braden, by the way, we should mention coming in for Brett, who's obviously over at New Mexico State now. And then I guess the next question obviously is, and we talked about this a little bit on Saturday, is getting ready for your opponent. And is there really any of that, or are you guys you're trying to get in the kids' heads, hey, focus on what you do to be successful? Which in a normal season, that's usually what you guys do.
Yeah, and this is that unique thing is we yesterday was our first day of practice, and it looked like the first day of practice in a normal year. The difference is we have a game in 4 days, and usually we have a game in 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
So we spend a lot of time focusing on ourselves and doing what we know how to do. And we've gone back and looked at Bloomfield's film from last year, a couple of games, found out what they ran defensively. But in all reality, you don't know what they're doing, if they've changed anything, what they're going to do. It's kind of a free-for-all, and we'll figure it out on Saturday and have to adjust on the run. That's our job as coaches, to be able to make those changes and make adjustments for our kids.
And offensively, from what they ran last year, do you expect them to be kind of similar, or?
Yeah, their head coach, Coach Alcorn's a good dude, had a lot of success, been around the state for a long time, and they're a good program. He's done a great job up there. Been in the state championship game the last 2 years. Very talented group, very good, well coached. And he's an old wing T guy.
Okay.
He's an old wing T guy, and then they went to the spread about 3 years ago. So they're in gun every play, one back, no back, empty, trips, doubles. And they're going to air it out and then run some speed option and some inside zone stuff. So we kind of know what they're going to do, and I don't think they're going to go back to the wing T.
Yeah.
And that's what we're preparing for. And we don't know necessarily all the kids or where they're putting kids at because they graduated their quarterback from last year. We don't know who the quarterback's going to be. They had some really talented receivers that are coming back. We don't know if they're going to stay receivers, move somewhere else. So we'll find out apparently at 2 o'clock on Saturday.
Get a little bit of an idea in regards to that. And then I think, there's also the aspect of you guys are playing somewhere you've never played before. I mean, it's a different situation. It's a neutral field side. Does that have any aspect for you guys, or you're happy there's a football field you guys can go play?
Yeah, we're happy somebody let us on. It's been a roller coaster from last Wednesday when they released schedules to having the team drop us, then having to go to a neutral site, and then that neutral site fell through, and then having to find another one, scrambling and through a morning to get all that done. And Bernalillo took us on and accepted it, and they're doing a lot of things for us to help us out and get us set up and get it rocking and rolling. And football's football. At 2 o'clock when we tee it up and we kick it off, between those white lines, the football game's going to get played. And we just got to find out who the better team is, and hopefully we're going to do what we need to do to make sure that's us.
Well, we're glad that this is finally happening for you guys. I know the kids have got to be excited. I know it's going to be, another aspect of it is, both sides are going to be limited in terms of total numbers. So, it's one of those that, next man up sort of situation for everything, right?
It is. We're only carrying 31 kids on our varsity right now, and that's we wanted to do a lot of things with our kids. And there's some kids on our C team. We combined our freshmen and JV to make a C team. And there's some kids down there who probably do special teams with us. But we didn't want to let them miss out on actual reps and game reps and stuff going on with that they can get at the younger levels just to do special teams. So 31, a lot of that is because of bus issues. How many can we fit on?
Yeah.
How many buses we're going to be able to take and do all those things. And it's our kids have risen to task. It's one of those things. We planned practice on Monday night as a staff, and we kind of had our normal practice routine. And we got done, and we said, oh, we can't do that. We don't have enough kids to split up inside run a 7-on-7 with the varsity group. So we got to do one at a time. So it's unique in that aspect. And our kids, you'll see our starters who usually get rest when we're doing team offense or team defense. They're now playing scout team and then running right back over. So it's a lot of conditioning for them, which is good for us, and getting them in that football shape. And they're having fun. If you go out there and see the smiles on their faces and getting to bang and getting to play football and excitement for the next 5 weeks coming up, it's a cool atmosphere. We enjoy getting up there every morning and welcoming our kids.
I know there's a lot of guys that maybe had only played offense or had only played defense and are getting to do a little bit of both. They seem pretty excited about that possibility this season.
Yeah, we got a lot of kids who are just we try to two-platoon as best as possible, but when it's time to win a game or and it's tough situations or late in the game, we're going to put our best kids on the field. And this year, our best kids are going to be on the field at all times because there's only so many of them. So that's unique. We got kids like Sean who's never played a snap at linebacker on the varsity. He's going to play some linebacker this year.
Yeah.
And he's excited about it and welcoming the task to do those things. And it's cool. It's fun to see those kids get to do different things. And it's made practice a little bit more competitive because we got good guys going against good guys the entire time, and there's not necessarily a young kid being a scout team dummy. So it's increased the tempo of practice, the energy in practice, and just the overall effort of our kids is phenomenal, and I don't think anything has to do with how we practice. I think our kids are just excited to play football.
Yeah, I got to imagine that's going to be the same on both sides. On Saturday, we're looking forward to what's hopefully going to be a good game, and Coach, we're excited about it. Looking
awesome,
forward to
man.
this
I
weekend.
appreciate it, Charles. I do want to give a shout out to Fatwood Barbecue. We had a thing go down last night, and they're going to come feed our football team breakfast burritos before we leave on Saturday morning. And it started out as kind of taking care of football and then venturing out trying to help out. And it's really cool to see the community and how they responded to that. Now all athletics are going to get fed by Fatwood Barbecue. So a huge shout out to Dave Quinlan and Fatwood Barbecue. And it's phenomenal barbecue. It's a great place. He's a big-time Tiger supporter, so I definitely want to give him a shout out. And all the people that help donate money to that, it's a huge thank you to offset costs and support our kids. And that's what we told our football players this morning about it is you get to live in a one-school town and a community that absolutely adores athletics and supports the heck out of you guys, and not just our football playing team, soccer, cross country. Everybody's going through all this, and that was a cool aspect to see the community rally together and do those things. So big shout out to Fatwood, big shout out to all the people that donated. I think they're still taking donations. So
I saw that there was a goal that was $2,000, and it was I think a few $100s over it last time I saw it. It's probably more than that.
Yeah,
at this point.
And that's awesome. That's a cool thing to see in this community of people taking care of each other and taking care of our kids. And we're lucky to live here and work in a place like this. And our kids, we're trying to make our kids understand they're lucky to have a community like this.
Absolutely. Coach, we'll see you all out there on Saturday.
Yeah, appreciate it, Charles. Have a safe trip, man.
Thank you.